Today I was thinking about talking about our upside down straitjacket escape. There's things in Magic that just to me seems like, I don't know, pinnacles, building blocks, the things that you strive to get to that level. Boy, I want to be able to make a motorcycle appear. I'd like to make a car disappear or appear. I want to do an upside down straitjacket escape. Just some of them seem really far out of reach.
But they're on your bucket list.
I do have a bucket list of magic I want to do.
Magic bucket list.
Today we're going to talk about the straitjacket, but I also have things that I haven't knocked off my bucket list yet. I want to do a blindfolded drive.
That scares me.
On my motorcycle.
Oh, you have not said motorcycle before.
And I want to do an underwater escape. That's two others that I really want to check off the list. But underwater escape, I mean, we have the GoPro now, so we can have footage under the water and above the water, which is a plus. It's just good.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't want to go to your parents' house and just do it in the swimming pool.
Right.
I kind of want to do it at a big public.
Right. Okay, but then you have to have people signing off and everything, and I don't know how many people are willing to do it. I mean, without a full TV crew and publicity behind you.
Right.
In case you lose your life, well, they got good publicity from it, but it's just me and you.
I'm still working on the logistics of it. It's a bucket list thing.
Yeah.
But my upside down straitjacket escape. I got a straitjacket when I was 18 years old. A magician wanting to be like Harry Houdini. I got it used. It's a canvas straitjacket. It's still hanging in my magic room. Now I have two of them.
And it's not a trick one either.
No, there's nothing gimmicked about it at all. It's canvas, leather straps, and metal buckles. You guys listening to this, I don't know. Heck, I'll reveal a secret to you. What do you look for in a trick straitjacket? Collars so wide you can drive a car through them.
Yeah.
Number one. Reach inside the arms of the straitjacket, and there'll be levers where you can pull that to get slack. That's number two.
I didn't know about that.
Some of them, like comedy straitjackets, it's just Velcroed in the front. So they can get out within like 6 seconds. They walk behind a curtain and it just, they're out.
Wow.
But anyway, mine is legit. Mine's, whatever. And I used to just have my next door neighbors up and down the street tie me up. I'd walk to the neighbor's house and say, hey, I got this. Can you tie me up? And I did it at a finale at county fairs when I was real young. And I really thought I had something. But when I got the idea to do the upside down straitjacket escape, how did I spring that on you? I was with you. How did I spring that on you? How did I
don't remember when you told me you wanted to do it, but I know I was worried at first. But then you explained it to me, and I was like, okay. Really, my worry wasn't you getting out. My worry was you falling. I wasn't worried about you not being able to get out of the straitjacket and, embarrassing yourself not being able to get out.
That would be embarrassing.
It was the fact of you're hanging from your ankles upside down really high up off the ground. What happens if something breaks and you just come crashing down? That scared me. But once you explained it to me, I was more comfortable with it, but I wasn't comfortable enough to be the one to do the chains on your ankles. I didn't want to be the one responsible for that.
Well, you were saying about you weren't worried about me getting out. That was on my mind. I was worried about getting out. I can get out of a straitjacket, yes. Now, add the pressure of 300 people looking at me doing it upside down with blood rushing to your head. Now add, I don't know, what was it? It was over 100 degrees that day. It was stupid humid.
Yeah, it was really hot.
That causes things to swell. I don't know. My hands swell when it gets real hot like that. I don't know. And
I just never doubted you being able to get out. I don't know. Maybe it was naive of me and stupid, but I knew you could get out of the straitjacket.
Well, and I did not want to use a trick straitjacket. If you guys watch the video of me getting out of the straitjacket, upside down straitjacket, I think it's just Wes Iseli's upside down straitjacket escape. I think it's like 9 minutes. But one of my old publicists said, man, you got to cut that down. That's boring to watch. You need to just cut it to where you're getting in, getting out, and, and it's like, no, then they don't know what I went through.
Right.
I had to get hoisted up. When the guy hoisted me up in the air, I was outside of the drop zone. Since it's a canvas jacket with leather straps and metal buckles, I put a canvas, a tarp down on the ground, and they fenced off that area around the tarp. And when I dropped the jacket, it had to land on the tarp. If it landed on the spectator's head, it's not going to knock them out, I don't think.
But it might not. If a buckle hits them, it wouldn't be comfortable.
It would hurt.
Yeah.
So when he lifted me up in a cherry picker, you don't go straight up. You go up and outside of that fenced-in area. So when you're watching the video, you see me go up, and then I start swinging, and then you hear that machine going beep, beep, beep. He's bringing me back in over the drop zone there. So that's something that we didn't even think about.
And the spinning.
Yeah, I was spinning up there. But I knew this was happening. We're getting ahead of ourselves. We're already describing the event. I knew it was going to happen. I knew I was doing a county fair, and I told him, hey, look, can I do something extra at the county fair? Because they booked me for like several shows, and they booked me for a couple of illusion shows on the weekends. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, they were spending some money, and I was like, I'm going to pay you guys back for that. Thank you for spending that much money. Thank you for booking me. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a big straitjacket escape. I'm going to get the press out there. We're going to do it up. We're going to do it big. We talked to, there was a company called Gibson Rental. They rent like backhoes and forklifts and cherry pickers.
All sorts of stuff. And
they helped out with the county fair, letting them borrow different equipment and rented the tents and everything to them. And I said, hey, can I borrow a cherry picker for 20 minutes? And they were like, what are you using it for? And I was like, I'm doing an upside down straitjacket escape. Yeah. And I got to talk to the boss. I got to talk to this boss. I got to talk to that boss. And I'm like, oh, no, it's not going to happen. And eventually they just came up with a contract for me to sign where they are not held responsible for anything that happens. We're not going to drive it. We're not going to do this. We're not going to do that. Whatever. Pretty
much if you die, that's on you, not on us. Pretty much.
And the county fair had the same type of thing and signed my life away. So, all right, now we're good to go. Natalie and I tell Natalie, I've never gotten out of a straitjacket upside down. I think I can do it, but I don't know. How do I practice this? So we went to a local high school or elementary school behind our old house. Mm-hmm. And I just got upside down on the monkey bars.
Yeah,
and
hung with your knees.
And
you got out, and you're like, well, that's not... Well, you figured out a couple of things to do in a different order than when you're right side up. But once you figured it out, you're like, well, that's not so bad.
But the first time I was upside down, it was like, ooh, this is tough. Because I had to figure a couple things out.
Yeah, you did it the wrong way. You did it in the wrong order. You did it in the order that you would do it in when you're standing upright. But then you figured out you couldn't do it in that order, so you switched things around, and you got it.
That's probably when I got stressed, though, worried about escaping. Because I was
But you figured it out.
I know, but 20 years of doing it one way, and then having to change it up.
But then the other thing you did, which was probably good, and it was a complete fluke. So it was a good thing there's God watching out for you, because you wanted to take a promo picture at the rental place.
Yes.
Hanging upside down.
Good memory.
Yeah, and it was a complete fluke. So you got yourself all chained up by your ankles, and they hoisted you up. I was only like 4 feet up off the ground at that point, just to get a picture of you upside down next to a sign of some sort.
It was a big truck that they rent out that had Gibson Rental written on it.
Okay, and you were hurting after that, and you realized that you needed some sort of cushion more than just your boots around your ankles.
So what happens?
You hurt yourself bad.
What happens is, I was 150, 160 pounds then, and all that weight gets squeezed onto that metal chain on your ankles. So 160 pounds of, and me flailing back and forth is just grinding in my bones.
Yeah.
And that was another thing, just the hookup itself. No one would tie me up. No one would give me encouragement, how to do it, what to do.
I didn't know how to do it.
Right. So I
was scared to do it. made me feel better. And, I was 99% sure you'd be all right. But at the same time, I didn't want to be the one tying up your ankles.
Right.
Because if something did happen, I would hold on to that guilt for the rest of my life. Whether it was if you fell and you died, or you fell and you were injured for the rest of your life, that'd be my fault. So I was like, I can't do it. I just can't.
So we went to a hiking store, not a hiking store, like a mountain climbing store. Mm-hmm. And I asked them, I said, do you have any, where's your carabiners? What's this rated for? And they're like, oh, that'll hold you. It'll hold a bus. That's the one I want. I want the biggest one you got.
And you got 2.
Yeah. And then with the chain that I had around my feet, they said that was towing chain. That was very strong. So I knew my 155 pounds would be fine. And so the day of, it was over 100 degrees outside. I'm in jeans, but I have hiking socks on and boots that go it was like faux fur on the inside that I wear in wintertime just to keep my toes warm.
Yeah, and you put your jeans, down around your boots for even more of a layer.
Yep. And then I cranked it tight. And when the forklift or the cherry picker goes to pick me up, it doesn't pick you straight up off the ground. And that's something we didn't practice. We didn't know about that even in the promo pictures. Or did you help me with that in the promo pictures as well?
I think I helped you with that in the promo pictures because they pulled you up.
So that's when we figured it out.
Yeah, probably.
So what it would do, if I tie myself up and lay on the ground, it's going to drag you towards the machine and then lift you up. So it's not something you can do by yourself. Natalie had to hold my head and kind of lift me up as the machine lifted me up.
Yeah.
And she coddled me, grabbed me as on my descension.
Yeah.
And pulled me back out away from the machine. But my mom hated the idea.
Yes, there was one person missing at that event, and that was your mother. She was not happy with you at all. I tried to help out, because at first I was nervous, but then once you explained how everything was working and how you're going to get tied up and how secure it would be, I was all right. And I was like, you know what? I got to support you no matter what, no matter how scared I am. You need the support of somebody, so I'll support you. But then I got more comfortable with it the closer we got, really, because you did figure out this stuff beforehand. But your mom, she was not happy with you at all. She wouldn't talk to you. She would not come to the event. When we did see her, she did not want to hear about it.
It was radio silence. I would call my mom. She wouldn't answer the phone.
Yeah, she was not happy.
I had video of it, and she said, I don't want to see it. But, Mom, I lived. No. All right. Did she ever see it, you think?
I'm not sure. Not with us. Not unless she watched it, at some other point when we weren't there. But she wasn't happy. She was very worried that her little boy was going to hurt himself. And her way of trying to make her point was, I think, in hoping to convince you not to do it, her way of doing that was to not talk to you so you'd know she was serious. But you still didn't listen. You went on with it.
But you know me well enough at this point. If I get something in my head like that, it's locked in. There's no stopping me.